Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. Today we're going to go for a drive and talk about Off the Record. What better car to do it with than the Porsche 911 Turbo S. The top speed of 205 miles per hour and 640 horsepower. To deal with, driving it might require use of Off the Record. So what is Off the Record? It's a service that puts you in connection with a lawyer that specifically handles driving infractions, moving infractions, and their goal, both Off the Records and the lawyer, is to make it so that you don't have to get points on your license from something like a speeding ticket or a moving infraction. Now, I first heard about Off the Record from our good friend, the Topher, and that was because I got my first speeding ticket earlier this year. It went a little something like this. Oh, yep. Lights.
Afternoon, sir. Do you have any idea how fast you were going?
Well, I didn't realize how fast I was going, but I looked down and I did see I was going over.
I clocked you at 78 miles an hour, sir.
Oh, wow, yeah, I didn't realize I was going that fast. 1 second.
Well, I only wrote you 1 to 5 over. Consider it your lucky day.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, 14 days to respond to that.
Thank you.
Drive safe.
You too. So I reached out to Chris and I said, you won't believe it, I got my first speeding ticket. And he said, whoa, 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 this is perfect, because he had known about Off the Record for a few years now, but never wanted to go out and get his own speeding ticket to try it, but he was curious about how well it would work. So he said, hey, before you do anything, let's use this service called Off the Record and see if they can get your ticket dropped or at least lowered. And I was like, that would be great, because I really didn't want to pay. I wasn't super against paying the ticket. The problem was I didn't want my insurance to go up. That was the main thing. Everyone, if you're into cars, if you're into speeding, I should say, you should know that if you get a speeding ticket, it's not necessarily the cost of the ticket that's really going to screw you over. It's the fact that your insurance rates are going to go up. So I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. Not only that, but our friend Christopher Brower, who also shoots for Daily Motor and the Topher, he had gotten this ticket that same 24-hour period. His wasn't exactly speeding, his was a little bit more like this.
What was that, sir?
What seems to be the problem here, sir?
The stunt you pulled back there. What was that?
What stunt?
Spinning the wheels in your little red sports car?
My foot slipped on the accelerator. It was an accident.
Your foot slipped? What happened if the throttle got stuck open, huh?
Is that an issue with these new cars? I wasn't aware of that.
I don't know. You tell me. You drive these new things.
I didn't know it was still the 1970s with carburetors and throttle cables.
You backsassing me? I wrote you for driving without due care and for 32 and a 25. Yeah, 14 days.
Thank you, sir. Have a great night.
An absolute BS ticket. He was driving a front-wheel drive car. It's a Sonata N-Line. It has a touchy throttle. He hit the gas and it spun. His family was in the car. So he obviously wasn't showboating, but that officer was very upset and wrote him up for pretty much stunting, pretty much being an a-hole, which he was not doing. So we had two prime opportunities to test Off the Record. We submitted both of our tickets. It's super easy. You can either use their website or their app that works on iOS and Android. Upload your ticket, pay the $150, and then the coolest thing is everything is done for you after that. From there, you just let it go, and your lawyer reaches out to you. You get assigned a lawyer, and they say, hey, we'll take it from here. Don't worry about it. And that was it. I didn't do anything else. I didn't have to go into court. I didn't have to submit any sort of other documents or anything like that. I had a quick phone call with the attorney. He said, okay, pretty much just tell me what happened. What did you say to the officer? I unfortunately kept it fairly simple. I did admit a little bit of guilt, which I should not have done. I said, officer, I didn't realize how fast I was going. When I passed you, I looked down and saw that I was speeding. And so the officer was nice. He only wrote me up for 5 over, even though I was doing 78 and 55. But It didn't matter. I uploaded that to Off the Record, and just a few weeks later, the attorney who was also handling Chris Brower's case got back to us and said, guys, I got your tickets reduced down to double parking. Now, I don't understand how there's any logic behind a speeding ticket, 18 over, getting changed to double parking, but I was not about to complain. I was amazed. I was like, wow, I'm really impressed that you were able to make this happen. And the cost of my ticket did go up a little bit, so I think it was like $70 more than I was initially going to have to pay, but it doesn't go as a moving violation. There were no points on my license, so it's done. It's over, and no change to my insurance. The same thing happened to Christopher. He got his ticket dropped down to double parking, no points. We were both good to go. Fast forward another few months, and this happened.
Hello, sir. Thank you for stopping right away.
You're welcome. I'm sorry, I was coming out of that town there. I had just gotten gas, and it's just beautiful out. I was rolling through the gears. I didn't even realize how fast I was going.
Well, I appreciate you stopping right away. License and registration?
Okay, I do have my my registration's under my seat though. Is it okay if I grab it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, sir, I appreciate you stopping right away. Even though I got you at 81 and a 55, I only wrote you for 5 over for stopping right away.
All right, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
You drive safe.
Thank you, you too. I was riding on my motorcycle. I just filled up with gas, so I had been riding very slow and gingerly and easy beforehand because I was pretty low on fuel. I was out in one of those small country towns. I got gas, and as soon as the speed limit went from 35 back up to 55, I opened the throttle, rolling through a few gears, and I came over a hill. Sure enough, officer right there, I looked down, I'm doing 80 something or other. I was probably doing closer to 90 and had slowed it doan a bit before he clocked me. So he hit his lights, he turned around, I pulled right over, and the first thing he said was, thank you for not running. He clearly had experience with motorcycles running away before, or at least trying to run away. So he was thankful that I didn't do that, and I pulled right over it. You know, I shut the bike off, I explained to him where my license and registration was. Even though he got me going 81 in a 55, he only wrote me for 1 to 5 over, so I was thankful for that, but that would have still been points on my license, and I didn't want my insurance to go up. So, got out my app, took a photo of the ticket, sent it into Off the Record. I got paired with a different attorney this time, and it took a while because that ticket actually went to a pre-trial hearing. So it was a few months between when I actually got pulled over and when the ticket went to court. My lawyer actually went to court for me. I was out of the state. I was out driving the Lexus NX when this happened, but my lawyer went to court for me, and he got that 81, he got that 21 mile per hour over ticket dropped down to what they call impeding traffic, which I think is hilarious because, if anything, I was doing the opposite of impeding traffic. But again, no points. I simply paid my fine, and it's done. So it's amazing that for doing the type of work we do, driving cars like this, or in my case, when I had gotten pulled over both times, I wasn't even driving one of the press cars. I was driving my personal vehicles both times. It's so nice having that option, I'll say, in order to keep my license clean. One more data point. The Topher's wife, unfortunately, got pulled over for running a stop sign. Now, she didn't run the stop sign. She did what a lot of us do. You kind of pull up, you know where you are, you're making a right turn or something, you roll it. You slow down 5-10 miles per hour or so and you roll through. Well, this officer wasn't having anything of that. She pulled her over and she said, you ran that stop sign, and Chris's wife was like, sorry, I'm trying to get home. She was pregnant at the time, so she was trying to get back and use the bathroom, and nope, officer wrote her up. So, moving violation. What did Chris do? He contacted Off the Record. He uploaded her ticket, and her ticket got reduced as well. I don't know exactly what it got dropped down to, but I know it was a non-moving violation, no points. I'm not sure if it got completely dropped or if it was just reduced, but the coolest thing about all of this is if Off the Record and their lawyers are not able to get your ticket reduced to have no points, you don't have to pay anything to them. So you pay the $150, but if it doesn't pan out, then that's it. Then they'll refund you, and you'll just go through and you'll pay the ticket normally. But the crazy thing is they have a 97% success rate. This isn't something that's like, oh, give it a shot, it might work. It's almost guaranteed to work and to get you out of points. Unless those 3% probably just come from people doing just absolutely obscene things, like 150 in a school zone or something. Yeah, you're not going to get out of that. But 97% success rate, which pretty much means if you're just doing something like 10, 20 over, so you're going to get out of it. You're not going to have points. It's so cool to be able to have a sponsor and have someone to promote that I've used multiple times, and they've actually improved my life. And I hate to say it, but I'm probably going to end up having to use them again in the future, just based on how I drive and the type of things that I do out here. So you really have nothing to lose. If you do get a speeding ticket, I wouldn't understand why you would not contact Off the Record and try to get it reduced or completely dropped. It's super easy to do. You can install their app. And if you do get a ticket while you're watching this, use our code. There's a link down in the description. We actually get a little bit of commission. We actually get a good amount of commission. I think it's like 50%. So we will get supported for you paying for your ticket for Off the Record. There's just, if you do get a speeding ticket, there's no reason not to contact Off the Record and try to get it dropped. So there's my plug. If you get a ticket, hit up Off the Record. It will make your life better. Thank you all so much for watching, supporting the channel. If you want to see more on this 911, check the links in the description. I'll throw them in there. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.